Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's hard to believe that it's been 6 months since my last operations video, but here we are. So today we are going to switch out two industries: International Paper and ADM transload. We will also do some rail fanning along the way. So sit back and enjoy some relaxing operations on the Santa Ana Industrial Lead. We pick up our consist running down Santa Ana Street in Anaheim, California. As you can see, my version of Santa Ana Street is still under construction. The only thing glued down on this scene right now is the middle of the grade crossing in the middle of the street there. All the buildings are mock-ups. The trees I just placed there temporarily, just to get an idea of what the scene will look like, and I have to say it does look like it'll look pretty cool. I have to be very careful with these Walters grade crossings when I glue them down. Make sure the locomotive still runs through them. I've had to rip a couple up and redo them as the locomotive was stalling out in a couple places. Nothing you see in this shot is final. I still have a lot of fix-up work to do here. So as we exit Santa Ana Street and round the bend here, our first industry is on the left, International Paper. As the train approaches Ball Road, it will stop short of the grade crossing. Once the train is stopped, the conductor will cut all of the cars behind the 5 boxcars needed for this delivery. We will try to keep the traffic disruption here at Ball Road at a minimum while we do these moves. The conductor has lined the turnout for the industry. We will now back in to grab our empties. I'm still experimenting with camera angles for operations videos, so if you do see one you like or don't like, please feel free to leave a note in the comments. Also, if you like this content, please be sure to leave a like, and feel free to subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to be notified when I have new videos. Thanks. The first thing we need to do is hook up to our empties and get them out of the spur. We will place them with the rest of the train on the main line. This industry is a fairly straightforward switching move. 5 in and 5 out each time we're here. We are now pushing the 5 empties back to join the rest of the train on the main line. After we connect these empties to the loaded tank cars, we will pull forward again, going through the grade crossing, and then back into the industry and drop off our 5 loads of paper. So this structure that we are delivering to is just a mock-up. It's actually an old structure from the first half of my layout that I had to tear down. So it is just a stand-in for now. So we are all done here at International Paper. We now need to reconnect to our train, do a brake test, and then head off to the next industry. I have omitted the brake test in this video. So this consists of 2 locomotives from different manufacturers. The lead loco, 1373, is an Athearn Genesis GP40P-2. It is not weathered yet. The KMR 1105 locomotive is a Walthers Proto GP60. I installed the Soundtrack Tsunami 2 decoder, working ditch lights in the front and back, and also both have scale sound system speakers installed. I did the weathering and graffiti on 1105 to match the prototype as of last year. So let's notch up and head out to our next industry. It is a little ways away, so we can do some rail fanning along the way. So as we approach our next industry, ADM transload, I will point out that we are going to have to do a runaround. So we are going to cut the entire length of the train and then run around it and grab our tank cars. So beyond the turnout here in the lower left corner, there's a little piece of track that can probably hold 3 short locomotives. This will enable us to run around our train. So the track that our cars are sitting on here in the foreground looks like it can hold about 15 cars. We have 10 on there now, depending on the lengths, of course. So now we are going to ease up to these tank cars, connect, and grab the 5 of them. So corn syrup comes in different grades. Grade 55 is the most common and is used in soft drinks. That particular grade will be my outside track, or the one closest to the aisle. The inside track will just be the quote-unquote other grades. And the innermost track, where you see the covered hopper, will be the sugar transload track. We are not switching that one out at this time. So first we are grabbing all these grade 55 empties. Then we will back in and grab the rest of the empties. We will pull all these out, set them on the tracks, so that we could drop our loaded cars off. So because these cars are so short and we only have 6 empties, we will be able to leave them on the tracks where the locomotives ran around. If we had more than 6, we might have to pull them all the way out and connect them to the box cars on that track before we did our drops. So for this particular op session, the grade 55 cars will be the shiny new ones, and the other grades will be the 2 weathered ones. I didn't notice when I was filming it, but when I was editing this scene, I thought it looked really cool with the three levels of tank cars, and then you have the hopper, and then the industry all in the scene. It looked pretty cool, I thought. Obviously, I still have a lot of work to do on this scene with the unloading hoses, unloading platforms, piping, etc. There's also going to be another structure there in the background as well. Look at that, a perfect connection on the first try. So all we have to do now is get these empties, hook them up to our boxcar empties, get in the other locomotive, and head back. So for the trip back, Conductor Ken is going to put his feet up, put his earphones in, and relax to some chill beats, rail fanning all the way back to the Anaheim yard. So I hope you join me on our short 4-minute trip back to Anaheim. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.